Do you love yummy food and travel? Who doesn't, right? Well, in today's segment, I have a friend, Wye Yim, who is a tour guide for tours in Malaysia and abroad, where the key ingredients is culture and food. So, Wye Yim, in mid-2000s, left corporate Malaysia when she was 27 years old, when most people who were accountants would never ever do that. She decided to curate her own journey. I look forward to you hearing her and her insights today.
Yes, sudah makan? So,
Can you please share your time when you shifted your perspective from being like everyone else to who you are today?
The main thing was I had a big turning point when I woke up one day and decided that if I want to die tomorrow, I'm just a nobody. So after 6 years of working in a corporate role where I was just doing daily work, weekly, monthly reporting and whatnot, I just realized that my life is just nothing if I die. And I actually sat down, wrote my eulogy, and that is the turning point because I was stuck at just one line. I lived for so long and I didn't make any, I didn't achieve anything. So that was the point that I decided I'm gonna quit the corporate world and start pursuing things that I really love to do, which is like nature. I like the outdoors, I like traveling. So I started embarking on a journey that took me to various careers, but today I'm actually very happy that I'm proud to be a tourist guide in Malaysia to showcase the beauty for overseas guests.
Fantastic. So what really excites you about this travel sector?
Really exciting is because I deal with a lot of colorful people. Okay, so in tourist guide, meaning I deal with a lot of fussy people, picky people, and all they want to do is eat their burgers and fries. But no, obviously I have a lot of wonderful guests too. And the best thing is having to marry all these colorful characters in a group, because I don't just take one person, I usually take guests that is maybe up to 16 people. So, and also throw in the factor that, we have in Malaysia, we don't have weather that is just perfect all the time. You have rain, you have sun, you have thunderstorm, you have festivals happening in one area, you have a riot happening in another place. So this makes interesting, having them to guide through safely. I think the most important thing about my job is not to showcase the country, but to ensure they are safe throughout the journey and they enjoy it. Yeah.
So in this job where you have to be in so many different places and take care of so many different people, how do you ensure you stay in the zone and that you are focused?
So what I always have is actually when I get a bit frustrated or excited, I always try and breathe. So one of the things I have been through in my life journey is actually I went through a meditation course. And one of the meditation technique that we use is just breathing. So sometimes when you get flustered, or when I get flustered, or when I get, sort of angry or anything, I would just be in the moment, breathe, and then refocus. And when you say refocus is knowing what needs to get done. Because sometimes when you have bigger issues, when you have medical issues, someone needs to get to the hospital and everything, you have to put aside a lot of emotions and there's a lot of steps involved. So outlining, thinking in my head, okay, what needs to get done, and then putting it all in plan. Yeah.
What have been your biggest mistakes or failures in your journey to date?
Probably the biggest mistake is staying in a boring job for so long. So, but I think the main thing is corporate life is fine. You get actually a very good grounding. You get a very good grounding in terms of like having to do with bosses, having to do with your juniors, having to do with rules and everything, and obviously the office politics. But I think having 6 years of it is really has totally grind my life down, and Looking back, I would have loved to come out of it earlier, but at least I did make a choice, because a lot of my friends actually has not left the corporate world because they found it to be very comfortable. It pays the bills, it feeds the children. So a lot of them are still doing it, despite them always complaining and they're just complaining about the whole work regime. So yeah, I'm glad I came out of it, even though I stuck with it for 6 years.
Wow. Well, I'm still inspired every day when I hear all your stories and all the countries that you've been to and the people who you have taken on this journey, and you've met so many people and seen so many beautiful places. It's amazing. You're a serious trailblazer. So now I'm gonna go to the segment where we're gonna have rapid fire questions. I'm just gonna ask you some really hopefully you can give me some short answers. So what's a book or a song that inspires you?
Probably the best is the song You Raise Me Up by Josh Groban. So sometimes when I'm down and everything, or when you're hiking and you just realize, what the heck am I doing this for? So that song really plays, and it really inspires me to just continue on, to just march on and do the thing.
Wow, that's good. It's always good to have something like that in your back pocket. How about, what's your best advice that you've ever received?
Best advice would be carpe diem, seize the day. So, and that actually came from watching Dead Poet Society. That is also quite an interesting movie for those who have not seen it. Really inspiring, and basically for me is that, just do it, seize the day.
And rolling up the final question, so what are your words of wisdom or your words to anyone out there who wants to follow their dreams?
For me, I think the most important thing is trust yourself, trust God. Don't think too much. Most importantly, just don't think too much, just do it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today, Wye Yim.
You're most welcome.